Alright, so I'm going to be making a video on how to replace the impeller. This is a 1987 bayliner capri with the OMC Cobra. I couldn't find a video on how to do it on this exact year model, so I'm going to make a video and show you how. First thing we're going to start by doing is draining the lower end gear oil, and then after that I have this trolling motor mounted here. I'm going to have to remove that after I drain the gear oil. Okay, so now we're going to drain the gear oil. I will say this is something I've never done before. I've never replaced an impeller on any boat, let alone this boat, so bear with me as this is my first time as well. But it looks like we're going to drain it right here, okay, and then vent it either right there or I don't know. We're just going to have to figure this out, guys, but I do know you have to vent it. So let me check this out. I did just crack it loose. Looks a little watery, which is not good, but let's see. Oh God, sorry. I'm bad with my camera angles. Motherfucker. It's hard to do this and film. But you see how watery that is? That's not something that's good. I don't know why it'd be watery. Anyways. Gonna let that drain. I'm gonna try and find the vent hole and I'll let you know when I find it. Okay, so it looks like right up here is allowing it to vent. And I probably shouldn't have taken it all the way out yet because now it's gonna start leaking from there. But you get the idea. Now this oil is pretty thick, so it is gonna take just a little bit to drain. I want to give yourself some time to let it drain. Okay, so while this oil was draining, I went ahead and removed my trolling motor mount. Now I'm going to start taking off the bolts. I don't know which bolts, if I have to remove this or anything. Like I said, it's my first time, but I'm going to figure it out and let y'all know as I go. I'm going to start by removing, there's three. I don't know if you can see. Three on this side. And three on the other side as well. And then I'm sure I'm gonna have to remove something under here. Just because there's no bolts back here. But I will keep you guys updated. Okay, so I'm in the process of removing this lower part. And I've taken off the 3 bolts on each side. And then I just removed whatever this thing is right here. And underneath there is a bolt. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove all 3 of these. Okay, quick little update. Like I said before, this is my first time doing this, so it turns out I was all wrong. You don't need to take any of these bolts off. You don't need to drop this lower end unit. You just need to pop this cover off right here. It looks like that's gonna be the impeller. So yeah, this project's gonna be a little easier than I thought. Even though I have it all taken apart down here, I'm gonna end up putting all that back together. But what you wanna do is pop this cover off right here. So once you have that removed, if you're doing a whole swap like I am, you can just discard all this stuff because you're not gonna need it. So once you put your new impeller in the housing, you're gonna want these blades or fins to go this direction, just like you can use your old one as reference, even though that one's all fucked up. But kind of try and twist it as you're putting it in. It's not easy. It can take a little bit, but it's got to be done. I recommend using some marine grease go ahead and grease up your gaskets. All right, after you've got it greased up, you put the gaskets back on. You can mount it exactly how you took it off. All right guys, I do apologize that this video has been all over the place as far as changing the impeller. Like I said, I know this is my first time. I know I mentioned that, but thanks for bearing with me. So just to recap, you don't need to take any lower parts off. The impeller is right behind this cover, like I just showed. You do still need to drain the oil, just because it's part of the maintenance. So now it's time to add more oil. Our gear loop. You want to use AW90 and make sure you get the pump with it. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. Alright, so you just want to screw it in to where you drain the oil with your pump. Alright, I have that done. I'm trying to get good light here for you guys. So the key to this is slow and steady. You don't want to get any air bubbles in here. Okay, just nice and slow. And the reason you do go slow is for the air that is in there, it has room to escape. Okay, so we're just going slow and steady here. It is going to take a little bit, but hey, we're in no hurry. I have that top vent hole right there open to help let air escape. Once it starts leaking out of there, I'll put the plug back into that. And this is actually where you check the oil is up here, the oil level. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that as we reach where we need to go. Alright guys, so I'm just about finished with the first bottle. I have 2 bottles because I don't know exactly how much it's going to take, but I'm finishing up this first bottle and it just started to leak out of this vent right here. Okay, so just put that back on. So at about 1 bottle, you're gonna put your vent back on and continue to pump. Like I said guys, remember to go slow. It's gonna take a little bit, but you don't want to get a lot of air bubbles in here. You want to give it time to escape. Starting the second bottle. See, there's air bubbles because I started a new bottle. So you want to go slow. Hopefully it gives enough time for those air bubbles to escape. Okay guys, I'm just about through with my second bottle, and whenever I put my plug in here, I'm getting oil on it, so that means I'm full. So now we just screw these back on top and down there, and we're good to go.